everybody, from the Accu-Stats Arena at Caesars Southern Indiana. Welcome to the 2022 Derby City Classic and the All-Around Pocket Billiards Championship. Thank you. Arguably pool's most exciting event, and it's proudly sponsored by Diamond Billiard Products, by Simonis, and by Aramuth. We'd also like to recognize our three associate sponsors, OBQs, Master Chalk, and Outsville, for providing superior equipment. And we also want to say how much we appreciate the tireless work of our great tournament direction team from Bad Boys Billiards Productions. Our 12th consecutive year here at Caesars Southern Indiana. We want to thank them for being such great hosts and partners throughout all of our events, and hope for many, many more years here. And our Derby City family continues to grow worldwide, as evidenced by the players that have assembled here, as well as our great fans and audience. Thank you all very, very much for what you've done to make the Derby City Classic the most popular event in professional pool. Okay, we're jumping into the 9-ball division here to get things underway today. Just quickly to let you know, we're going to have another 9-ball match after this featuring the great Efren Reyes. And then at 4 p.m., we're going to go to our one-pocket semifinal, followed by our final. And then tonight is the bank pool ring game. So a lot for you today. Meantime, let's play some 9-ball. From Pontefract, Yorkshire in the United Kingdom, a two-time U.S. Open 9-ball champion, a World 9-ball champion, and a 2017 inductee into the Billiard Congress of America Hall of Fame. Sponsored by Predator, by Rasson, and by Q-World. It's Dynamite, Darren Appleton. His opponent from Philadelphia. He's got a Derby City one-pocket title. He's got a Derby City bank pool title. He's going for the Triple Crown. He's looking to become only the second man in history to hold all three divisions. Sponsored by Miyuchi. Ladies and gentlemen, the Prince of Pool, Corey Deuel. Okay, guys, you know the drill. We're going to send it upstairs to the comm box, to Mark Wilson and Double J. Take it away upstairs.
Today is going to be a great day of pool action here at the Derby City Classic. Jeremy Jones and myself, Mark Wilson, are getting into 9-ball mode. Appleton and Deuel. Jeremy, any pre-match thoughts on this one?
Well, Appleton's got a lot in his brain today, right? He suffered an early loss with a tough draw to Filler here in the 9-ball. I believe it was Hill. Is that right, Mark? I think you did that match.
Yes, yes, it was. Yeah.
Appleton had a non-concurring break at a big moment when he made 2 balls on the break. You had told me about that. He's got a semifinal at 4 against Feder Gorst in the one pocket. So, big day for Darren Appleton. But he's got to separate things here. He's got to concentrate here on this 9-ball match. Very easy, if things don't go his way, to say, hey, I got a loss. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's not going to give up, but it's easy in a human nature way, especially knowing he's doing well in another event. Yeah. You would think it would motivate you, but it could work against you, like I said, if some things don't go Darren's way. Or let's say if things go against Darren here early.
Well, he's been on center court here a number of times, to include yesterday, and he has an advantage. I don't think we've seen Corey on the TV table all week. And naturally, it's a little newer and a little slidier. And Darren's playing quite well. It's a very resurgent Darren Appleton. He's at least in the top 3 in the one pocket.
I'd like to draw over to the rail here, Mark. Like to get that one rail angle off the 2 to come across and bump the 7, I think. I think it's pretty natural. So get to the side rail behind the 8. And here he just got to pick your mark. Now the one thing is, you want to go right at the 7. The one thing is I would creep it probably. Not super slow, but you got to make sure the English grabs here. If you put a little more speed into it, you might not hit it.
Man, what a nice shot that was.
Man, beautiful
shot.
What
a nice shot. Now, this is testy, too. You're going to have to bend it around the 5 here. Extreme low.
Yeah, it's a nice shot because he's close, though. If you're a little further away from that, maybe just a foot further away. That can be a lot trickier.
The extreme low, he allowed the cue ball to bend a little bit into the end rail, and that took a lot of the pace and momentum out of that mass.
Yeah, and anytime, this is going to kind of wandering. Okay. Speed control.
Really smooth cueing action here, though, from Darren Appleton. That transition from backswing to foreswing is textbook.
Okay, nice shot. And, you know, conversely, right, if he plays real well right here on this table, especially because he'll be on here later in a big moment in the semifinal, could work real well for Darren.
I would be welcoming the opportunity to play a 9-ball set here before my big one-pocket action, that's for sure.
Absolutely. I'll tell you one thing, though, Corey, you know, you yourself, you know, but a lot of people don't realize how,
He really got into that.
Yeah, and it was a little bit, you know, sometimes a slick table, you're wondering if it's going to grab. Ended up with a pretty nice shot considering this wasn't the plan.
Scores the 9-ball. First break and run of the match here. Appleton leads 1-0. What were you going to say about Corey?
Well, I was just going to say a lot of people don't realize how great a position player Corey is, especially on the slick table. It's almost like the slick table shows you a little more about the guy's position play. Because unlike the outer tables or your pool room table, you know, here when you get out of line, you just can't English the cue ball around. You know, oh, let me make you grip right here on the rail and spin way down there. You know, here you have to really keep your angles and keep the cue ball off the rail. So I think Corey will play a great match here. Just depends on, you know, when that time is and when he gets a chance to get started.
Well, Appleton converts the winning of the leg into a game.
He's made
Ball's
one.
down.
Balls are moving nice here.
Looks like he's going to get a shot here.
And that 3 ball's again a little covered up. He's a little off angle here. He can't quite draw straight back. So this is high right, you know, with a pretty good stroke here, Mark.
Yeah, we're going to get to see Darren power up on this ball.
Oh, yes, nice.
And smooth.
Yeah, it's going to be a little on the rail-ish, but if he can go into the 8, he's got the 4 right there in the side. So even though on the rail, I think pretty good.
Yeah, I'm sure he's delighted to be that close to the 3 from where he started. He was able to slip past the 4. Now the rest of this rack sets up nice.
And playing at a pretty good pace so far. Just a little top English out to the center of the table-ish. Now this is the shot he's got to pay attention to. I'm sure he'll try and get a little bit of an angle. Yeah, like that. It looks like Darren got a nice, you know. See, this is what I like about Darren. This just seems like the correct play to me a lot of times. A lot of people would come above it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But see, he didn't even hesitate to get behind this ball.
And simply allows the cue ball just go forward and go right at his target.
Yeah, minimal cue ball movement from the 6 to the 7, and obviously with good position. It's not like you're doing minimal cue ball movement to take a little bit of a funny shot.
Darren's 43 years old. Corey Deuel is 44. So these are seasoned veteran players. Appleton grabs his extension.
Yeah, and starting off this match, and today, exactly how he wanted, right, Mark?
A dream start here.
Yeah, big day here for Darren. I mean, the all-around is going to be a tough thing, even though he's threatening here the one pocket, because I don't think he made a real serious run in the banks. Still got a 9-ball life, though.
The opening round of the 10-ball on the 10-foot table showed us what kind of form he's in. He played a real nice set there.
Yeah, and it's a funny thing, Mark. I mean, you've probably been in this situation. I know I have. You know, when you're trying to get your game back, you know, it could be back physically a little more than you think sometimes. But mentally might take a little longer, because when you're out of form, it's almost like you're waiting on that mistake to happen. you're wondering when it's coming. Hopefully it's not at a crucial moment, you know, and so you can still play matches without that mistake happening, expecting it to happen at some time, right? And then as you play a little more, that big mistake starts to lessen. That worry of the big mistake starts to lessen a little bit.
And you start to feel, you know, confident with your stroke, like you can just make it happen. Now,
Yeah.
This is that exact point that you're talking about. This is that long get on the 2. If you can connect, the 3 lines up pretty nice.
And he looks real good.
Smooth.
And the other part of that is, you know, once you cross that bridge mentally, you kind of get to where, oh, I can make a mistake and I'm not even worried about it. I can overcome it because it's not going to happen very often. You know, when it's not happening often, you get over those mistakes pretty quick. All right, has he pinched this back? He come above.
I think he pinches it back because then the cue ball's not traveling away from the 6 on when you pocket it. This way you can go down table if you need to or just go forward.
Yeah, good call, Mark.
Well, that one wasn't really rocket science, but
No, it wasn't, but I mean,
But yeah,
if
it's
it's a
just-
little funny, he could go forward for the 5 in the corner. So.
right. Going away from the 6 is never fun because you spend so much time in no man's land.
And I tell you what, he's whether it be he knows he's got a lot of matches to play or not, but he's not expending much energy here besides knocking these balls in. But he's not, you know, worrying about much, it doesn't look like, which is great. And now to start with a 3-pack.
Yeah, really nice playing. Anybody who wants to learn how to deliver the stroke, watch Darren Appleton's transition from backswing to foreswing, and the care that he sets up with too. You say he's not expending much energy, but he's still putting forth the required amount of energy.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
He's not
But-
just mindlessly hitting these.
No, but it doesn't seem like he's fearing much, worrying about much, even if he's got to take on a little shot like that opening 2 ball.
Yeah.
You know, if you're worried a little bit, you might take a little more time. He's stepping right into the shot. And really looks like his timing has been about as good. You know, not that it's been bad at all, but it's really been good here from back to front.
Well, here we are, you know, virtually day 8. He's been playing nonstop. Got some side spin on the cue ball now. That wasn't intended.
Well, this shot on the 1 is going to get a little tough with the cue ball leaking over, but he's got to pull the ball, it looks like. I don't think he can go high ball here, Mark. It looks like maybe it's going towards the 3 with the cue ball.
And if you don't get all the way around the 3 and get back up, that 2 can be really treacherous because you'll scratch on it a lot of times if you have the wrong angle.
Yeah, but when you're playing great, you'd love to take the long shot on the 2 in the corner if you could roll this ball in. But I don't think he can. I think he's got to elevate the cue. Well,
he's leveling out like he can.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. No, he's elevated enough. He's hitting downward with left, so maybe into the 4 with the cue ball, dangerous.
Maybe, yeah, he wants to get above the 4. He didn't want to hit that 4 and stop, that's for sure.
Yeah. But do you put a little extra on it here, trying to make sure you get above the 4? That really makes the 1 a lot more missable.
It
really.
sure does. It sure does. You're on a pretty good run. I think you have to try to avoid the 4.
Yeah. He could hit the top of the 4. That could be problems. Yeah. Oh, he got on it better. And that's from hitting the 1 very thick to the hole. And maybe we'll get another look here in a moment.
You're right.
You couldn't hardly shoot.
All right. So Corey DEUEL comes to the table here with a good scoring opportunity.
Yeah, as unfortunate as that is for Darren, that's almost the mistake I was talking about that he can leave behind. Knowing he hit the ball real well, it's just he hit it a hair thick is all. Trying to get the most out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was all about avoiding that 4 we were talking about, Mark.
Corey DEUEL using a red cue slide here, in case you're wondering. Rather than a glove, he just loves it, swears by it.
Yeah, and sometimes he won't use it. It's weird, and maybe it's the conditions when he varies whether he's going to use it or not. I've seen him use it plenty, though. A little above the ball, so he's got to pay attention, but should be fairly routine.
3-1 is our score. Corey converts the unforced error, captures the game. 9 balls racked on the spot. They're playing with a 3-point rule here.
And Corey was making the corner ball. I wouldn't say every time, but quite a bit. Actually, Darren made it a few times right here in his opening run as well. But
warming up, Corey was always trying something. He's playing in this break shot with a low left English. And that's not to influence the object balls, no matter what somebody says. It's simply to maybe position the cue ball or take some of the impact away. But
yeah.
you oftentimes get a different look with Corey DEUEL.
Yeah, drawn to the side rail here. Now the one difference, all right, a complying break, but not the one he wanted. The one difference in a lot of the 3-point rule tournaments that you find here is you can break from anywhere. A lot of them are break box. And the reason being is with a ton of spin, and I wouldn't say manipulating the rack at all. I would never make that assumption about anybody, but with a lot of spin, the guys can make the corner ball a lot more often if they get to break from the side versus having to break from the box. Now, as the tables break in a little bit, that seems to lessen, Mark. He's perfect here. Just got to really get that angle on the 3. Okay, decisions. Does he go around the 5? Does he come one rail between the 4-9 to get on the side? He's got to move the cue ball a lot to do that. I like this shot myself.
Economy of cue ball travel there aids his consistency.
Yeah, and he's got some work. The 6 barely goes by the 8, and that's not really that big of a deal because it does have a pocket, but the 7 is in a terrible place to play position. So he'd love to draw to the good side of the 6, but I don't know if that's going to happen. No, it looks like his cue ball a little light. Now the one thing is, this is a hard shot to follow all the way up and down.
Yeah.
Because anytime you're close to the object ball, it's really hard to generate that top spin, that good energy on the cue ball to get a lot of movement. So
I think he's drawing right at the 7.
yeah, I don't know if he has enough angle
Oh,
for
now
that.
he's going top spin.
No, he's
No,
drawing.
draw.
I think between the 9-6 or 9-7. Oh, what a beautiful touch there.
Man.
That's so nice to get nice and heavy on this shot. Now, it's unfortunate to get a little elevated. This is a missable ball elevated with top English.
And right-hand English, too.
Yeah.
Boy, hit the heart of the pocket, though. No problem.
And just a stop shot here. Darren at 43. They didn't waste any time giving him his induction into the Hall of Fame. And deserving. I was at the dinner. It was a lot of fun, and Darren, boy, he was having some fun with his induction speech. Now 4-1, and you know, Darren's not batting 1,000, but it's close. Corey hasn't really made a mistake besides the missed ball and break. Hadn't had much time at the table. Huge circumstances in the all-around here today in the one-pocket division. If FargoRate goes on to take second or first, he's got a real stranglehold, you know, on the all-around. Now, if he finishes third today, I think that changes things dramatically, meaning puts him in first still, but Jason had a pretty good run in the one pocket, so he got down to like the final 15, I believe. So with the first place finish in the banks, I think if Federer finishes a third here today, I think it's pretty close going into the 9-ball mark. I mean, those top places are worth a lot more points, but you know, Jason gets in the finals of the 9-ball. without Federer, you know, somewhere around there, it's going to be tough. All right,
Ball went in, the 2,
Yeah.
1.
He's made 3 or 4. 4 on the break, and he's got a beautiful shot on the 3. No easy shot, but one he certainly likes with natural position around the 9.
This is ostensibly the game-winning shot right here.
Yeah, this is the one to me when the stroke, when you're cueing well, it's pretty good. Otherwise, easy to hit thick, right?
Yeah.
Just a hair thick into the bottom point. So go ahead and commit. Hit it sweet.
Beautiful shot. Now he's back up and moving.
And the 5 passes the 9.
That first shot after the break is so important. It's like you've reestablished your momentum and your timing and your rhythm. It's weird. You can be on a big run, but still the first shot after the break is almost like it's independent every single time. Oh, he didn't get back at all.
Miscued. He's looking at his tip. So much more of a shot on the 5 than Darren and anyone else expected.
Well, then this shot becomes the winning shot.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is the 7 is enough near the pocket. He can make a decision on pocketing this ball without really having to try and move the cue ball too much. To the spot is good. He'd love to get to the spot right here, whether he's stunning 2 rails off of it or trying to really make a heck of a draw stroke.
The one thing that he knows is this is an important ball to get down, or he's going to give a game back.
Yeah, most likely anyways. I like his chances.
I like playing it that way
Me
because
too.
if you dig down, now you got to elevate just a little bit, and you lose a fragment of accuracy that you could have possessed. So,
Well, you know, I know it sounds crazy. You're supposed to hit the ball where you want all the time. But when you're having to swing a little harder, right?
Yeah.
Easy for that tip to come up, it seems like. So when you just start out at closer to the middle of the ball, you seem to stay closer to the middle of the ball, it seems like, and you just get more out of the shot. And Darren is not letting up.
4th break and run out of the set. Yet Corey Deuel is playing 1,000 on his TPA. Corey hasn't made a mistake, but Appleton 980. And really, he was well on his way to a 4th consecutive break and run when he made his one mistake where he overdrew the ball into the side pocket.
Yeah, and like I said, he hit it sweet, so it's easy to leave that mistake behind, right?
Yeah. Yeah, right. You can't beat yourself up over that. He hit the object ball a little fat, like you said. The draw grabbed a little more than he thought.
Yeah, he was really worried about the scratch off the 4 in the side, and meanwhile he pulled it right in that side pocket. But man, he's got the break shot down, I tell you.
5 ball on the wing, didn't score.
No, it got a kiss.
It's like a dry break or a scratch.
And as soon as I say something, dilemma.
Well, Corey needed this break right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna see here what he does. If he tries to move the 6 here, if the 9 wasn't there, he may try to move the 6. You know, but I think he's okay. You don't have to move anything then. Now, one thing about moving the 6 also puts your hair on the wrong side of the 3. You can't get as close to the 4. So, but Corey, you know, I was trying to think like Corey, basically, you know. So
good luck.
Yeah, exactly. Good point.
Corey is the absolute largest contrarian I've ever seen. No matter what, he always thinks the other way. For at least the time being, explores that result. So, and due to that, he's pioneered some pretty cool things.
All right, this the shot. He got a little thin to control the speed, in my opinion.
From here, rather than trying to go backwards, sometimes just straight across. But
exactly.
You have to get on there pretty good.
Oh, that's into the 9.
This
Oh,
is
wow.
a scratch possibility. He's lucky, very lucky.
Yeah, and lucky to gain an angle as well.
That's the reason I don't really like playing behind it from how thin he got.
Okay, proper position important here on the 7 as well, unless you get really close to it, of course. Okay, he did pretty nice. Still a hair thinner than he maybe wanted, but just pay attention. Remember, you can cut the 8 from a little more,
Right.
You know, a little more cut if you need. So don't try to cheat this 7. Nice stroke there.
Yeah, Corey has smooth cueing action too. These crafty veterans. Just going to stun across.
I was going to say, he looked like he overcut that one.
There's the economy of speed. There's a good look at his cue. You can see his cue slide, his red cue slide. It moves up and down on the shaft. Takes away a lot of the friction.
Yeah, there is a little resistance in the stroke. That's why you see the players using the gloves, cue glide or whatever it is here for Corey. Not wanting to kind of eliminate as much of that resistance as you can. Excuse me. Now 5-2. Corey's still batting 1,000 besides that dry break.
Low left English.
Watch the 8 get a little kiss maybe. Oh no, went a little high.
Whew. Look at how much English is on there. That takes away a tremendous amount of accuracy from the break, as well as that you lose power doing it.
Right. He's got to make a tough shot here, and I don't know what kind of future he has on the 4. He's got a little bit of an angle here that might be taking him towards the 8. I don't know if it's enough angle to get around the 4-9 either, though, if he wanted to add a little left here. So the tough little predicament here.
Be different if there's a routine safety, but there's not.
No, not at all. You could overcut the 1 and run the cue ball. Oh, super nice. Super nice speed there.
Brilliant.
And good luck, Darren.
Yeah, very, very effective shot. Well, the one thing Darren wants to be mindful of is to not dislodge the 4.
He may have to shoot like into the rail with a lot of left, like a masse. Just a little bit to the bottom rail there, past the middle diamond, and hook the ball back on the 1. I think the 7.
Mm-hmm.
He might be able to go above the 7 maybe and get enough English on the ball, right English on the ball to come 2 rails at the 1 maybe. He might be able to do that. I think that's what he's going to do. So he's got to aim again near the middle diamond. He's just going to go with straight, not a whole lot of English. So that's okay, as long as he feels like he can get to it. Good effort. Now Corey can set up with ball in hand a little underneath the 3, chip it in the side, and go right at the 4-9 if he wants. Just needs to be about level with the 3, about straight in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's about the right angle, it looks like.
Right.
So he won't shoot it in the corner, though, but he wants to get straight in the corner. Even behind it's okay a little bit. Don't think he's going to play it in the corner now. I would have rather played the side myself and go right at it. And here you get a real good feel with that little bit of left English. He's got to throw this in a little bit. That creates the line on the cue ball. Well, he's shooting corner. He looked at the side for a moment. Is he playing the kiss shot, Mark?
Apparently, or else he's playing safe.
No, he's got to add a little right English to this. That's for sure.
Now he's cueing low, so not sure what that means. Yeah. Smooth as could be. Great shot, Corey Deuel. 5-3 is our score. That was a pretty long kiss shot. He made it effortlessly.
Yeah, and pretty smart if he felt good about the kiss shot. Why go into the balls and take a chance?
Well, that going in at that angle, unless you just rub the 9 off the 4, there's a lot of ways that you don't get a shot. You know?
Yeah.
So he wanted to make sure he got a shot, but it was iffy. He felt good about executing it and showed us that he's perfectly capable.
They told us we're going to have the greatest of all time, and at least Definitely the greatest of all time here at the Derby, that being Efren Reyes. Next, I'm not sure who his opponent is. I don't think we got the information on that yet. But
2 ball in the wing.
It's down.
Still had a lot of spin on the cue ball.
Well, that one's intentional, though.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
All of them have been intentional.
Yeah.
He was even warming up that way.
Well, he's got to love this. Look at this. Besides the first shot, really, I don't know if can he clip the 3 here lightly? That would be beautiful here. Not having to try and work the ball back and forth on a tight angle.
He shortens his bridge a little bit. Because you want max spin, minimum speed, and he was able to bend it out of even hitting.
Yeah, it just barely shaved it. Just barely.
Great job.
He's good, though.
Well, this match is living up to everything we expected. 2 titans battling it out. Corey's still playing 1,000, but trailing in the match.
Okay, here's the choice. He can play multiple rails off the 7, or he can draw this ball up tidy on the 7, trying, and get straightish in.
Better slow down there.
Yeah, that's a
Skipper.
lot. Wow. And the reason why I would have played straightish, Mark, is you can easily go 3 rails off the 8 to get to the 9. You don't have to get, like, perfectly natural. You know what I'm saying?
Good bank shot recovery.
That's why I like the natural angle on the 8 really is the 3-rail angle here.
His thin hit with a little bit of left will bring the cue ball around 4 cushions. Fall nicely on the 9. This will be Corey Deuel's first breaking run out of the set. So scores 5-4. Appleton has ran 4 of them, 4 of his 5 wins. Chris Robinson Reinhold sitting tableside with his camera.
See the TPAs there.
Pretty strong. 1,941. This time it's the 3 ball on the wing. One ball found the side.
He's going to get a super nice shot on the 2 as well. A little bit of distance and a little bit going. Nah, I think he's fairly straight, actually.
And pretty nice angle. I mean, if there's any angle to it, it's conducive to playing position for the 3.
Yeah, again, try and get nice and straight on the 3. You can draw back for the 5. The rest of the work is right there all grouped together, the 6, 7, 8, 9. And that stroke was pretty free right there.
Nice shot there. He's real straight on the 3. He can draw back. Just wants to preserve an angle.
Yeah, a little bit past where he's at now would be great.
Right on the head string would be perfect. He's going pretty far back.
Yeah, he's taking a little bit of a chance.
He might have got into that a little more than he anticipated. I think he was just.
Yeah.
Now he only has a fragment of an angle here, so he may not be able to work the cue ball as close, or else he's going to go high ball, left English, and just get up to the head string.
Yeah, you see how it doesn't take the spin, though, that fizzle. When you kind of stun it there. Now, if he would have just pure followed it, it would have taken a little more of the English, believe it or not. When you kind of stun it, it's kind of side spinning a little bit more than the follow with it, and it doesn't want to take the English. So big shot here. Cue ball's going towards the 8.
Smart play. Control the cue ball. Not try to overhit that ball. Now, he's still got some work. He's going to bump the 9-ball forward here as he pockets the 7 in the side. Big thing is don't be distracted by the 9. Just make sure you get that 7 down. Beautiful. Beautiful, Corey. Five, 5. Can't play 9-ball any better than these two are.
No, it's been a great match. And, you know, first quarter goes to Darren. Second quarter goes to Corey. And we'll see what the second half of this match gives us in quarter number 3 and 4.
Been a very interesting match. There's not been very many innings, though.
No, not a lot of exchanges between the guys. I don't recall safety yet. I'm trying to think here. Rack track here. 3 out of 4 to start for Appleton on the National Billiard Academy rack track. Then 2 out of the next 2, and then Corey has rattled off 4 in a row.
Made the 1 ball last time. Made the 1 ball this time. Look out, cue ball. Cue ball's going to be okay. And the 6 ball's going to cover the 2.
Yeah, first and, no offensive shot for either player after the break. Not sure what. Okay, Kenny was waiting for the cue ball to stop before he grabbed the rack. Difficult rollout situation here. Wow, he's not even taking any time here. So, does that mean he's shooting at this?
I think it means he's safetying.
Where, though?
Oh, he's shooting at it.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Wow.
where?
What a shot. What a shot, Corey. Not rewarded with much of a offensive play here now, unless he must try to billiard in the 5.
Well, the bank, the bank's covered up a little bit. A lot of bit, so. Yeah, I don't know what he does here. I mean, he could make the kiss shot, but, man, it's tough having to cut the ball that much. The table does slide a bit. I mean, he may be able to bank the 3 right before the 5 and get it to the end rail, maybe bring the cue ball across, but that's still very tough.
There's not much cover when you've pocketed 4 balls out of the rack already. So
he's shooting this off the 5, it looks like to me, Mark.
Okay, well, it leads to the 4.
You better hope his speed is good for this backdoor safety, and I tell you, the 3 doesn't pass the 5. And Darren with a little bit of a wry smile there as he approaches the table. A thin hit here, it looks like. A lot of people would say the thick hit, but I like the thin hit coming to the bottom rail and behind the 4-9. That way you don't lose the 3 like that, yeah.
Excellent ball speed.
Corey's going to break out the jump cue.
No, you can't jump cue. Right?
Oh, that's right. You're right. I wonder if he's going to be informed here quickly.
Looks like it.
Yeah. He's got a pretty good 2-rail kick. He can curve at this as well, but the 2-rail kick before the side, in rail, side rail. He'd love to have that pocket open because you make that kick every now and again, but cue ball should go towards the 9 if he hits it pretty decent. That's what he's looking at, that second rail right there. The thing is, you'd like to play it with some speed, the right kind of speed, thinking you're going to hit it real well, but you can't predict that for sure. So usually you hit this with a little more speed, not knowing, trying to create a little luck.
Great hit.
And cue ball going towards that 9, so.
Well, Corey's did a lot of good things in this match, no doubt about it.
I think Darren's going to take this on.
Well, he figures it could be backdoor safety and he can win with it.
Watch out, 6 ball. He's good. And also the way the match has gone, right? Like if the guy kicks out a 1 shot, looks like he might end the set on you right here. Run a 3, so
right.
Saw that at the U.S. Open last year that I felt like some players were you know, a little more aggressive there with the winter break because the way guys were putting packages together.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
trouble.
Why did he try to do that? Make it hook?
Huh. He felt more confident pocketing that ball that way, but that topspin arced it into that second cushion, and then it just came out short, way short of where he was thinking he was going to go long. But that angle tells you that it could possibly be a scratch if you get anything wrong at all.
Yeah, and he just smoothed that nice bank in. I thought that would make him a little confident, more confident just to hit that ball in a little lighter. Now Corey is going to take his first lead here, kind of from nowhere.
I'm sure Corey was, after that bank went in, felt like it was doom.
Yeah, and I don't know about everyone else, but there can't be too many of them that are breaking the balls better than these two guys.
All right.
Looks like, I think, John Moore is playing Lechner over there, it looks like. A heck of a match.
6-5 Corey Deuel. Breaking. This is a race to 9. 2 balls, your wing ball.
That rack didn't sound so good to me.
Well,
It didn't sound as, you know, that connection like the other ones, but
it's a complying break, and he made a ball, so that's huge.
yeah, he's going to love it. And he's really, really nice on the 1. Just got to make a little bit of a shot, but it goes right towards the 2. And Corey looks as confident as I've seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Mark, I mean.
Yeah, he was unfazed by the first 3 racks, and he got right on up there and took ball in hand and ran out. And then he's played good all the way through. As good as Appleton's played, I think Corey's played better.
Right in line now. Pretty easy decision there, staying above the ball.
Seven 5. Corey Deuel's 3rd breaking run out in the match.
Yeah, he's won 7 out of 9 games after trailing 3-0 with no shots. Pretty impressive.
I have to agree. Most entertaining match.
Yeah, Darren, I believe it was a dry break that really got him going, that being Corey, and then that mistake on the 4 right there. So not a whole lot of mistakes for Darren, of course, just
Yeah,
Corey, you know, capitalizing fully.
Corey's playing fantastic. He's the most unconventional pool player. He goes to his own thoughts. He's creative.
Oh, no.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, and he usually get a chance. So here it is for Darren, trailing 7-5.
He's got to get the cue ball down there in the corner. So he can play the 2 past the 7. He's looking to see if it goes past the 3. Maybe it does, but
It's tight, but I don't think it's worth it. He's just doing that so he doesn't have to deal with the 6. He was thinking if the 2 goes by the 3 easily, so he'll follow this on the side. He's set up with quite a bit of angle there. I mean, not a lot, but I mean, I like to go full. All right, he's going to use that other rail. That's why. Okay, nice shot. I was wondering why he set up with so much angle. Makes sense now because he's using the second rail there with the cue ball. I like getting a hair more angle on this shot myself. I'm not saying it's a big deal, but he had a choice to get a little more angle here on the 3. Now he's got to figure out where he's going with this. If he gets a little more, he just rolls up for the side or the corner very easily. Now he may have to kind of pop it a little bit. Lots of room here. These guys are poured them in on the break, except for Corey made the cue ball there that time.
just thin enough. He'll probably have to come across the table as opposed to go straight at the 9 like they like. Good shot there, although it did get a little nearer the side pocket than he anticipated.
I think much more near.
When it's that close, even the pro cannot distinguish side pocket from just past the side pocket. So that we know it wasn't intended to get that close. 7-6 is our score. Appleton takes advantage of the scratch on the break.
Yeah, and Corey knows that, you know, the table's breaking nice. Guys are playing great, so any mistake, and especially a big mistake, cue ball on the break, that's the biggest one of them all, it seems like. But
very high TPAs, 934, 945. This time the 7's on the wing as Darren breaks from the other side of the table.
yeah, I was just going to say they're both breaking great and from different sides of the table. This 2 ball is going to give him a bank, it looks like. Well, and this got a little flat here, Mark, which I think it's still bankable, but really hard to move the cue ball, it looks like. I mean, follow is not how you want to hit this bank, really. So he's going to have to just pinch it down a little bit to take the cut on the 3, or does he force it here? Oh, he banked it short.
Yeah, when you top spin like that, it tends to shorten them up a little bit.
And now's what's Corey going to do? Tough little shot here. Could bank it long rail. Cue ball going towards the 8 and 5. Looks like to me maybe he's killing the ball here. Trying to go behind the 8. Oh, and he got around it. Got around it there. Good effort to try and get the cue ball over there behind the 8 from that bit of a flat angle with a lot of spin there.
Yeah, that was he knew it was going to be too hard to control both balls, so he went all out for the cue ball, but fell a little short. Good shot there by Appleton.
Okay, everything has an open pocket. Could use a hair more angle on this 3 maybe to make movement a little easier, but Darren's so good with the bridge usually.
And I'm sure he's delighted to get that first ball down, even at the expense of a little ideal position.
Yeah, I don't know if he got just dead straight here. He could draw the cue ball back behind him a couple rails to get the 5 straight in. Could go forward, maybe stun forward to the short side. We'll see. Looks like he's drawing behind him.
Yeah, low left.
Yeah. Should get tied up at 7 apiece here, and seems like quickly 7. They got to 7 each. Really put together a lot of racks. And just maybe 1 or 2, safety exchanges between the guys.
Yeah, it's mostly been offense throughout this match. That's what happens when you start pouring balls in on the break. There's nowhere to play safe, even if you wanted to.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see guys making balls on the break, not having to, it's one thing if you hit the rack, not complying with the 3-point rule, but seems like these guys are hitting the rack pretty well. They've had a couple scratches, but overall really getting the reward of how they're hitting the ball and making balls on the break and running racks.
That ball's on the way in the heart of the pocket. Our score is tied at 7 apiece. .930 to 929 on the TPA. That pretty much says it all. There's the rack track, National Billiard Academy.
Look at that number there
Yeah,
from Corey.
6 in a row.
A lot of good things here for Darren as he goes on. Later today he's going to play again a huge match or 2. But I mean, he's played really well here. He's playing a very competitive, high-pressured match as well. I don't think that does any harm for you later on in the 1 pocket. And he's right here on the main table doing it. Going to spend a lot of time in this arena table here today.
Wing ball's
Cue
down.
ball got a
Ugly
little bit
kiss.
of a bad kiss.
Ooh.
And no pocket on the 2. It looks like he can guide the 2 by the 4, though, maybe.
I'm sure he's relieved he didn't
Oh, no, he
scratch
can't.
there anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
even though he didn't get a shot,
He's guiding the 2 by the 4 from this camera angle, which is great, is very difficult. So now it looks like clipping the 4, but there's a lot of open spaces, right? So
right.
moving the cue ball tough here. Trying to think where would I go? Is there any kind of kick behind shot that's something doable?
If the 4 wasn't so far down table, you can use right English and just crawl it up there. If it's, maybe a diamond closer and a little nearer the rail.
Yeah, you feel good about it, right?
But it's such soft speed when you do that, the 2 ball doesn't go very far. So you have to use the 4 for cover, but it's so far away, it's impractical.
Look how this is talent here. Just cutting the 2. Going to the rail, trying to come behind the 3. Now, this slick table doesn't really help you do that so much. So it was more about getting the 2 ball somewhat safe.
Mission accomplished there. Looks like on the overhead. I don't even think Corey can kick just 1 rail in behind it deep enough.
Well, the key to this, right, when you don't have a whole lot of room, is you can't worry about getting the 2 down table. You have to be happy with the 2 being more in the center of the table.
Mm-hmm.
If you try to get it down table, your cue ball is going to leak, towards that side rail there just above the 5. So it's about hitting it light. Yeah, you see.
Didn't get a rail, though.
Even at the light speed, the cue ball spread on him. So
Yep. The slippery cloth, maybe
Yeah.
outer table, that works.
yeah, that was difficult and not the time Corey wanted to give up ball in hand. So
I really thought, and I was going to say it, that he needed the masse into that kick.
yeah, and maybe being a little stretched, maybe just kick somewhere else. That was he had other options on the kick, that's for sure.
Right. I'm just saying if he wanted to play it that way, I think he needed the masse, and then you get a little more momentum on the 2.
And I think you saw it correctly from the start, Mark, that it was just difficult, that kick shot. So he's coming around for the side. And this is the one time I don't mind the side. A lot of pressure here, but almost anywhere he gets on this side, he can get to the back of the 4, and get to the good side of the 4. I'm a corners guy, but I think this play here was okay. So barring something that unforeseen, Darren Appleton, who struck first in this match, he should be the first to the hill as well.
I think he's going to have to go all the way across and come back.
Really?
Well, I don't think he can hold it.
This slick table you usually can.
Oh, he could.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you don't let up, Mark. You know what I mean? Don't use too much throw, just a hair of throw, if any, and don't let up on the stroke. It really grabs on this slick table well.
Well, you really didn't want to go across the table. I just thought he had more angle, but he was able to manage it. And like you said, he didn't let up, and the cue ball bent off the object ball.
Exactly. Bustamani's the first one I saw in '92 when he came to Willards. He shot a few shots that I used to kind of like want to control the speed, and he really shot them and just let his tip position kind of kill the ball with that nice low tip, and I learned a lot watching that guy. Tell you that.
Appleton regains the lead here.
I'm sure you were there at Willards
Yes,
in
I
'92
was.
when that was the first time I ever saw him come to the country anyways.
All right. His hair was all sticky
Yeah, it
up.
was straight out of the jungle, it looked like his
Yeah.
hair did.
And then played like a beast. Remember, he played a couple big sets with CJ. Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, me being from Texas, you know, somebody was going to give CJ the call 8 or the 8 or whatever it was. I was like, okay, let me bet on CJ.
Yeah.
And then after one set, I laid 3-2 on the money and bet on Bustamani in the second set, so I could see the light. And those were the tightest World of Leisure home table. I mean, they were unbelievably tight, and he made them look very
playable.
Not so tight.
7-ball in the wing.
All right, the break has been the big tool that he's used here in this match, not only to get a lead, but
The 1-ball went down, but it's not going to be complying.
no, ball's kind of hopped a little bit.
Yeah. Well, he hit them hard, but they didn't. I mean, you can see the 1-ball went in the side, but look at the rest of the rack. It didn't really move like we're familiar with seeing. So Corey's going to get a chance here anyway.
Yeah, just natural English right here. Brings him 2 rails to the center. He'll have a little cut on the 3, but that's okay.
Good play there.
Yeah, he couldn't really put much right English. The 9-ball had him cut off, so he couldn't get a whole lot closer, and he couldn't get much fuller on this shot. He had to take a little cut. He's killing it.
Good. Yeah. Anything but try to go on top of it, because you can get in trouble bending that back here, and the way Corey's pocketing balls, you just have to rely on your shot making.
And that's the good point there, what you just said. If Corey's playing great, you're playing great, keep it simple.
Smooth. Yeah, very smooth, Corey. Now this takes a little nerve here because you got to slow roll this thin cut.
Pocket's playing nice, though.
It is. Oh, he inside spin.
Yeah, that's too much. Oh, he's going to get elevated.
Tangled
over.
up.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, he didn't want to play the super kill shot. So
With outside, I thought he would play it. Yeah, he went inside instead. Now he can cue it a little. Well, he's trying to make a few different bridges here.
The good news is
I would get up off this myself.
Yeah, he should. And then the other thing, he should just roll it. Yeah. Right. You got position. Don't try to get closer. You got awkward on that ball. Just make sure you get it down.
Okay, just pulls the ball here a couple rails.
Tell you, just the route how nicely struck that was, it's a good indicator that Corey's really hitting the ball precise, because if you cobble that 7-ball into the side pocket, your cue ball doesn't respond as nice. You're always going to get a shot, but your speed control gets all messed up.
You overran this just a skosh, but should be fine.
Yeah.
And we should see a hill match here to start what I believe is day number 8 here at the Derby.
Corey Duel. It's Corey Duel. 8-8.
Now Darren, not only has he drawn pretty tough players, that's just how it goes. Some years you get a few where you're a pretty big favorite to start, and some years you don't. But lost Hill to Filler, now at Hill with Duel. Here's our National Billiard Academy rack check. 5 out of 6 for Appleton. Then 6 in a row, Appleton for DEUEL. 3 in a row for Appleton on the way back to get a 8-7 lead. But now, after a non-complying break, and you brought it up about the filler match, there was a crucial moment where he made 2 balls but didn't get another past the head string. So maybe a little deja vu. Hopefully not. Hopefully, you know, a lot of times there's rarely a break and run, it seems like, huh, Mark? Seems like there's always some drama of some sort.
Yeah, there's extra pressure for sure. Here we go. 6 ball on the wing. 6 balls down, 1 ball's down.
He's made 2.
Oh,
the
the
cue
2
ball's
balls.
gonna,
Wow.
yeah, he's in great shape.
Wow. Okay.
Little off angle, though.
Yeah.
Does he play the 2 off the 5, not trying to get that tight position? He can, you know what I mean?
Corey's so inventive, and he'll play at slow speed if he does.
Well, the thing is, he's got to make the 5 move away, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he plays at slow speed, that's fine, but he's got to get enough to get the 5 out of there. Okay, and it looked like that was the shot. And it looks bad for Darren Appleton's 9-ball life here. Good speed there. Good full stroke, too, through the ball. And really, he's just got to stop here. That'll lead him on a perfect angle on the 5 to get to the 7. Wants a little angle on the 7. Not much. And this is where you don't put right spin. Don't let this get away from you. And I'm talking more about to the amateurs here. When you have this natural angle here, you really don't need the right. Oh, he's going to draw for the angle. And that's good because you always have it. You're never going to be off with the speed. Well, you got to give it to Corey DEUEL, Mark. You know, showed a lot of resolve in this match, right? Trailing, looks like his opponent's just going to run the set out. A little awkward cueing.
Yeah, he overhit that position. There was really no reason for that.
He caught it a little thin, like you were saying, to the hole. I think that may have been what really made the cue ball run a little bit more.
What a great set. What a great set. It's been a total pleasure. And Darren just acknowledges great play. Both players broke and ran 4 times in that set.
Hard to see either one of them go. You know, we're going to lose
Yeah.
Darren, like I said, but Corey's going to move on with no losses and playing great.
Nobody really lost. It's just that Appleton ran out of time.
Yeah.
In that, yeah, right. So, all right. This has been an Accu-Stats video production. Any rebroadcast or republication without Accu-Stats express written permission is prohibited. Please join us again, and so long for just a while.